Okay, LeetCode problem 242, a valid anagram. Given two strings, S and T, return true if T is an anagram of S and false otherwise. Alright, so an anagram is just using the same letters in a word to find a different word, or if the same letters in a word can come up with another different word. I don't even know if that made sense, but yeah. That is the anagram. Okay, so we need to find if our string S is and string T are anagrams. So first we have the first example, S equals anagram, and T is N-A-G-A-R-A-M, and it returns true. Second one is rat and car, which don't have the same letters at all. Same length. Okay, so we need to check. First thing we need to check is if they're the same length. If they're not, I mean, that's automatically off. So check length. I mean, this is like a by the way. And then we need to check okay, we can use a dictionary. We need to check how many characters there are, how many times each character appears, and how many times. So dictionary with character and int for S and T. Right? So we can do check how many times characters appear, and then we can just compare those two. S count. Var S dic, which will be a dictionary. We can just do this. And then T dictionary. So the first one will be a character, and then we're gonna try and see how many times it appears. Okay, so those are the two pieces of information that we are storing. Excuse me. So we need to do some loops. We want to see how many characters appear in S and how many times, and then we'll do the same for T, and then we'll just compare those two. So yeah, yep. So we can do for our character in S, do this. For a character in S, we want to do S dic, and then we want to just count that up. So we're using character, and our default will be 0, and then we just plus or minus 1, and plus and equal, and then we will do the same for T. Alright, so this is like us iterating through each character in S. And then we are counting the occurrence of each character. So we're doing that for S and T. And then we just want to return the two. So because we're returning a bool. So what we want to do is return s-dict equals t-dict. So if this is true, then we solve it. So we don't necessarily have to do any kind of complex math. We're just checking. Okay, we need to check the length too. Check the length. If s.count does not equal t.count, then we return false. Because we don't even need to do all that. For an anagram to work, they have to have the, it's the same letter, so they should be the same length. So if that doesn't pass, then we don't even need to go any further. And then we will check the number of characters and how many times they appear. So that's pretty much checking for everything. So if the two aren't equal at that stage, that means it's also not an anagram, because they should have the same amount of each character appearing. Okay, so let us run it. T-dict character, cannot find t-dict. Okay, because I spelled it wrong twice. Alright, so our test cases pass. Let us submit it and see what is going on. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So 12 milliseconds beat 67% of the submissions. Let's look at a few solutions to see. Was overthinking at first. Okay, they're doing the check. They're doing, am I returning? Okay, so yeah, they're pretty much doing the same thing. They're looping and getting the counts. They're doing 3 loops though. I don't know for k in counts.value. If k doesn't equal 0, return false. Okay, that's so unnecessary. Built-in sort solution. Okay, so this one, they're just sorting it. They're changing it to characters, sorting it, and then comparing, which is also okay. This is using a hash table. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. Okay, so that is it for LeetCode problem 242, valid anagram, and our solution. We check, we make some dictionaries that we just loop through, and then we compare them as our return statement.